Absolutely. You know it, Eric. And I have to say, despite the road signs like the one you see over my shoulder and all the barricades that are here, I have lost count on the number of vehicles that have tried to drive through Madison only to have to make a U-turn. So we are seeing the impact today, and it's going to linger. This is new video of that massive fire that ripped through this vacant building on Seattle's First Hill neighborhood. From this rooftop garden across the street is where Bloodworks Northwest security guard Johnny Banez had a front row seat. He captured the fire and the firefight. So intense, seasoned firefighters described it as glowing.
Wow, kind of shock, and oh my gosh, I hope nobody's in there.
We still don't know if anyone was inside, and it's the reason these road closed signs and barricades will likely be in place along Madison Street for several weeks. That's how long the demolition could take. Detours are in place, but it's already catching drivers off guard trying to use this major east-west connector.
I just hope everything turns out well. I'm afraid for the situation.
Fire crews reported that several individuals were in the basement of the abandoned building and got out on their own, but firefighters also saw someone in a window when they arrived. It's not been determined if that person was able to get out. The fire paralyzed parts of the neighborhood, and now we know the impact will linger. Bloodworks Northwest is across the street. They had to cancel all their morning blood donor appointments, and their garage was closed all day.
This really couldn't happen at a worse time for a lot of blood centers, because January and the holidays, to be specific, we really get hit hard.
But Yeager insists donors are resilient. The city said it's reviewing the demolition permit now. It's a high priority. How long it will take, that's up to the contractor, but they expect it could take several weeks. It's likely the building will have to be taken down in pieces and searched. Slow and methodical work.
It gives you an awe feeling that you're minuscule compared to fires or Mother Nature.
The big question, how did the fire start? A lot of speculation about squatters inside this building, but that's just speculation. It's going to take time to determine the cause. It's not even safe, of course, to get in there. Now, we told you yesterday there was a massive fire that we responded to back in June of 2022. I wanted to know, have firefighters been here prior to yesterday's fire? Yes, they have. They've been called out here 2 times in 2023. That's the very latest. Reporting live from First Hill, I'm Michelle Esteban.
Thieves came in through this gate and made their way to a stack of propane tanks kept secure inside this cage. Then helped themselves to all 20 canisters that the Ballard Elks Lodge 827 counts on for its community events.
So it just kind of slows us up, but it's never going to halt us from doing our commitments for our charities.
Deanne Evans is the leading night for the Ballard Elks, which has been hampered by a range of property crimes committed in and around the lodge. The propane tanks power the heat lamps used during events, and thieves have stolen them before. Cars have been broken into in the parking lot out front, paddle boards have been swiped, and metal thieves made off with a giant brass bell the Elks had on display.
And I don't know how they got that heavy thing out, but they did. And we found like one piece at one of the places that chops up that stuff.
The Ballard Elks have had to enhance their security measures as a result, investing in better locks and gates and additional cameras to keep an eye on the property. Evans says that takes away from their community commitments to Seattle Children's Hospital, the Boys and Girls Club, the Ballard Food Bank, and other organizations that work to make the community a better place.
It just takes our attention away from raising money for what we want to give to, instead of replacing the needs that we've already bought from the first place.
Joel Marino, KOMO News.